Recording.
Hi.
Thanks for everybody for hopping on. If you can, we'll try and mute you, but if you guys can mute as you come in, usually I have it muted, so my apologies on that. We are recording, so if you have, if you want to share this with anybody later, you can do that, and I'm going to share it on my page, Monica, and you can go ahead and get started if you're ready.
Thank you so much. Welcome everyone to this week's weekend win call. Yay! We are back. And I'm really excited to talk about this topic in that are the people around you providing accountability, or are they enabling you in ways that are not aligned with your goals? And I think that this is a really big one, because relationships, when you're in your life book in element 5, it's clearly stated there first that relationships are a huge part of our lives. And so this actually plays into surroundings. And I will be honest with you, I did not understand that concept as I came in here. I didn't really see that the people around me were impacting me positively or negatively. I didn't have any sort of concept around that. So I think it's important to address. And what I'm really excited about is this week we're going to start a different format, you guys. We always wanted this to be questions and answers. So as it stands right now, these calls have been wonderful, but there's been no time for you to ask any questions or give any feedback or maybe share some of your concerns. If you are coming in for the first time now, please mute yourself upon arrival, especially if you're doing other things. Where was I? Oh, so we would love for the end of this call to be for you to ask questions, okay, and interact with each other and hear from each other. So as we go through this information, if a question pops up, just put a pin in it and we will address it at the end of this call. And as always, we will have you out of here at 5:30. I hope that sounds good. So let's see. I would love to share my screen. Here we go. And I would love to take you, I would love to take you to my slides, which are right here. Okay. So here is your first assignment that you're going to have to encompass in your brain, is that we take responsibility and we play above the line. Okay, so we really adopt a mindset. If this is gonna happen, it's up to me. So I like little slogans that rhyme, because then you can repeat them over and over and over again and they become mantras. If it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Maybe you want to add an accent to it like I like to, because then it makes it even more fun to say. And then you could even add a little rap to it if you're so inclined, because then it's even more fun. Point is, embed it in you. If it's going to be, guys, it's up to you. It is nobody else's responsibility to make the changes that you need. And nobody's going to take better care of you than you. So we find ourselves, I love you so much, in a position where a lot of times we're asking ourselves, why? Now, I want you to become aware, okay? Why is this happening? Why did Bob bring the biscuits? Why did Sally bring the whiskey? Why did so-and-so, why? And this really leads you down a rabbit hole of despair, better, victim, or villainhood. Dang it, Bob, you shouldn't have brought the biscuits. Why'd you do that? Now I'm villainizing Bob. So we're going to stop asking why, and we're going to start asking what. What do I do now that Bob brought those biscuits? What's a better choice? What should I have? What is a creative question? It's not a doom and gloom mindset. It puts you in a growth mindset. Okay. So start asking yourself what in all scenarios. I love you so much. Not just in your food. This is a very helpful tip right here. No more why, say what. Now here's a big one. Okay. You are like the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. If you really take a look at it, this is true of all of us. And I believe there's a statistic out there that says most people that are hanging around each other are within 15 to 20 pounds of one another. If the vast majority of your friends are heavy, give it up to 2 years and you will be heavy too. That's a study, you guys. So that was something that I had to really wrap my mind around and analyze what my closest circles were. And here's why. Someone else may be trying to express their love for you, but it doesn't align with your goals. Doesn't your grandma try and give you cake like this every time you come over? Or doesn't you all have that aunt that wants to cook for you, or that friend that's Middle Eastern. So when you come over, they've got to make you a spread. And this is their way of showing that they love you, but it doesn't align with your goals. Has anybody watched, there's a show out there, it's called like My Dirtiest House in the World, or Clean the Dirtiest House in the World. Have you guys ever seen these hoarding homes? When you watch them, oftentimes they live with families, and you would wonder why the families allow, enable their surroundings to, for instance, the last one I just watched, this lady literally had monkeys, real monkeys, all over her house, in cages, in the living room, all over, not to mention a ton of other stuff that was not conducive to a healthy surrounding. And when you asked her husband, like, why he didn't complain or why he didn't stop the purchasing of the things, it turned out that he just said, well, I don't want to stress her out by her not being able to have this. I just want her to be happy. So he was allowing and enabling this behavior out of love. They had monkeys in the house, you guys. In this element number 5 too, there is a really big emphasis on making sure that you have a clean space. Your brain functions most optimal in clean, tidy surroundings. So are the people around you adding to that, or are they just enabling you to do what you do? I'm going to add something to this in regards to people doing this out of love. Sometimes people do it out of their own selfish reasons. And I'm going to give you an example. I was always the person that was 250 to 300 pounds hanging out with others. I did have friends that were of normal weight. When they would go out and eat all of the things, and I was eating with them, I felt less of a feeling of guilt or shame that I was eating this because I was doing it with them and they were quote unquote normal. So I actually liked when they would eat junk food, because then I could do it too with a friend. And if they would do it really often and I saw them gaining weight, secretly in my head, I was like, oh, she's more like me now. Again, I was happy she was gaining weight. Am I accountability or am I an accomplice? So sometimes we do it out of our own selfishness. subconsciously, unconsciously, because I tell you, I had the best of intentions. Looking back, I see that that's what it was, but that is real truth right there. Sometimes your friends do it because it makes them feel normal. So what is going to throw you off? Okay. Your relationships could, but your surroundings, people, places, and things. This is going to throw you off. But you're going to have to figure out how to respond. This takes practice. So I want you to know what to look for. If you're about to spiral out of control and your Labrador brain has been triggered, think about a Labrador, you guys. If you had a Labrador in your living room and it was fully trained and it was tame, great. But what happens the moment you throw a ball across the living room? Is your Labrador going to like, oh, cool ball? Or is it going to, run past the living room furniture, maybe topple over a table to go get that ball? The response is instantaneous. Maybe you have the one Labrador that would just chill and sit there, but most Labradors are going to just immediately respond to ball. There's no thought in between there, and we do the same thing. So if your Labrador brain has been triggered, that's going to feel like you want to tear somebody's head off. This is in your life book, element 5. This is also in point 1.7 of Dr. A's Habits of Health. These are Dr. A's words. You'll want to tear somebody's head off. You will use aggressive language. Your face will become red. You're triggered. This leads to, if you are not conscious and if you don't know how to constructively handle responses, this will lead to having a few drinks, having a few French fries. In my case, whiskey and waffles, hence the picture. And what you've achieved is high blood pressure, damaged relationships, and poor health. Is this in your best interest? Is this adding to your best life? Or are you kind of allowing yourself? Are you the enabler at that point? How about that? So per always, your friend is going to be stop, challenge, and choose. This is a practice. This doesn't happen overnight. We don't get it right every time, but I do promise you that it gets a lot easier. Audrey, do you practice this stop, challenge, and choose? You do? Good. I'm sure you're going to see that it starts to serve you in more ways than just your food, right? But it is always the way. You're going to have to take a stop, pause, take a breath, challenge yourself. Do I want the drink? Do I want the French fries? Because I know that's going to lead me to poor health. It didn't add to my experience. It's just keeping me stagnant. And then you've got to choose accordingly. So like you have to get good at like working in the gap. Okay, so first identify if your Labrador has been triggered. Like I said, you'll be beet red. You want to tear somebody's head off. You're probably using the F word. And this is not helpful. So accountability or accomplices, who are they? In your life book, it's going to ask you to write down your 5 friends and the 5 people that are not serving you. I would encourage you to take a look at that because you are like the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. Okie So that puts us right at the 15-minute mark. Yay. And so I would love to open it up for questions or even anything there that resonated with you that you can see should be addressed. Any feedback. You could just take yourself off mute at this point.
maybe I'll just reinforce your stop, challenge, choose analogy a little bit. Most of the people that know me know that in July of 2017, I stopped drinking. And I didn't do it through AA. I did it through this program, through Stop, Challenge, and Choose. And it really, really does apply. And Mel's right when she talks about support, because it's a supportive community. So I was able to just stop myself, challenge me on why I do what I do, and then choose never to do that again. And I mean never. So if there's something in your life that you find that's challenging you, stop yourself, examine why it's challenging you, and then make a decision about how you're going to make that better for you. It's not about making things go away. It's about making them work better for you. That's what I got, guys.
That is so powerful. I don't even think I knew that part of your testimony. Thank you for sharing that. Because I know that oftentimes somebody might remove themselves from food and then veer into alcohol. I know I did. And so this is also another highly addictive arena to find yourself in. So kudos to you for using that tool to get out of that loop as well. Any questions? Who else?
I'll share. So we were at convention, and my coach Jennifer and I roomed together, and she's doing she's on the 5-in-1, but she's also doing a program called 75 Hard. And 75 Hard requires 2 workouts, 45 minutes each, and it'd be very easy to not hit the goals that cause her to have the win for the day. Because if you don't do one of the steps, then you have to start over. So us staying together, we got up in the morning and we went down to the gym every single day. Well, she went the last day. I slept in a little bit, but every day she was there. And we walked most every single place, and she counted that as her workouts, because we needed an outdoor workout too. But, she may not have actually, continued to do that. And that she has a lot of integrity, so she would have started over. And I think she's on day 23 today. So that would have been a real shame for her to start over. So having those people around that are going to, help you, level up your personal excellence. That's what a lot of us do here for each other, because your friends that you have that, got you to where you're at, they're not probably serving a lot of your goals. But if you level that up, you're going to have a lot better time being successful, and not just temporarily losing weight for a wedding or a vacation, but actually learning how to level everything up so that your own personal excellence, so that it stays gone and you're always evolving into, a better version of yourself.
I love that. And I really, really love the term personal excellence, because that's a benchmark you get to set for yourself. And then really asking yourself, like, am I at my own personal excellence? I think that's a great question to be asking yourself at all times, especially if you consider yourself in a growth mindset. I feel like I saw a hand up on an iPhone. Did that go away? You could take yourself off mute if you'd like to come back.
I will share a little bit.
Love it.
So my biggest challenge has been on my journey, just to be pretty open, is an unhealthy relationship in my marriage. And that has been my biggest obstacle. Navigating, trying to put up healthy boundaries. And I met my goal in 2019, and then was in the best health of my life. And then in 2021, I was hit in an accident and was really hurt. and that took me back. But compounding that with an unhealthy relationship really made it difficult for me personally. And so I find these calls to be really helpful because those are my struggles throughout the week that sometimes can be difficult, and trying to figure out how to do a better job at stop, challenge, and choosing what's worth it and what's not worth it. So
Thank you for that. That is super tough. And we all have watched you make tremendous strides and progress and keep persevering and keep going. And it's really, really inspiring. If any of you have not watched Dana's lives that she just did yesterday, you're going to want to go to her page and watch that and comment, leave her a comment. It was really, really helpful. But that's what this is about, right? Continually growing and putting yourself in circles that are going to help you. So I appreciate you being here and being so vulnerable.
I'll say something.
Sure, please.
Are we good? I just wanted to share, I always share with my clients, when you are on this journey of health and wellness, it's always a struggle when you're trying to break bad habits and start new habits, right? When you utilize stop, choose, and challenge, you're going to find yourself, the more you practice that, the easier it's going to get. And I always like to reinforce this with my clients, that instead of letting someone suck you into their vortex of bad habits, pull them into your vortex of good habits. And you'll be quite surprised what starts to happen around you when you stay strong to your journey. People will start to mimic you. Even though they're not on a program, the next thing you know, you've got people coming in with their lunches and they're healthier. So, you know, it's just be that image for people to follow, and don't follow someone else in their bad habits, but make them follow you in your good habits.
That's so good. And another reason why I love this community and actually this company and Dr. Anderson for giving us the opportunity to coach, because then we are able to just say, hey, I'm a committed client. That's all a coach is. I'm a committed client and I need you to come and do this with me. Right? Because otherwise, I understand, like, if we can't align, like, I might have to, like, remove myself from the circle in some instances, and that would suck. So, like, are you open to maybe getting healthier with me type of thing? That's so good. Thank you for that. Really quick, I'll just share. I go to a lot of networking groups, and at these networking groups are lunches. And I never know what they're going to have. A lot of times it could be Italian food, pasta, like all kinds of stuff, but there's inevitably some sort of protein. So we went to Buca di Beppo, or actually, no, we were at, it was at a home at this point. It was somebody's home. Somebody had opened up their beautiful home. There was a whole spread from Buca di Beppo. And what they had ordered was just the pasta and some chicken parmesan. I knew that they were ordering the Buca di Beppo, but I didn't necessarily know it was on the menu. So I just, before I showed up, I went to the grocery store and I bought one of those salads in a bag with the dressing and whatnot, like already, and I threw it in my purse. I get to this party at this beautiful ocean mansion, and there's Buca di Beppo all over. And everybody's eating their stuff. And I swear to you, I see the things that are available. And I'm like, oh my God, I not only did I not want to eat that, I certainly could not eat that. Like, it was going to be food coma. It was pasta overload. So I stood there and pulled out the pieces of chicken from the pasta. Later snuck over to my purse because I didn't want anybody to see me pull a bag of salad out and do my own little thing over here. And I was embarrassed, I'll be honest. I put the salad on the plate and go back into the room and now I've got this huge chicken salad. I swear to you, like 7 people were like, where's the salad? I want salad. Where's the salad? And I was like, oh my God, I only brought salad for me. And then I felt so bad, like so bad that I only thought of myself. But at the same time, I was thinking about myself, like, and trying to be proactive, like, what am I going to do? Furthermore, fast forward a couple of weeks, one of the women that was at that night told her girlfriend, you really need to hook up with Monica. I've been with her in situations where she really knows how to work through that. Like I've watched her bring her home bag of salad. So where I was thinking it was silly and judging myself, but still trying to protect myself, and I did it anyway. And at the end of the day, everyone wanted salad. So I share that with you in like taking control. That was just a scenario where I felt supremely silly, and it worked to my benefit in several ways. As far as reputation, right? Reputation. Monica's a little crazy, but that was kind of interesting. Oh, Donnie's here. Yay. Hi, Jen. If you guys didn't meet Jen Segarini yet, you want to follow her page. She's lost over 170 pounds. She's quite the inspiration. Whoop, whoop. We're going to make her Optavia famous. She deserves it. We got 3 more minutes. Who wants to add some value to our call?
I just want to say, don't overlook the importance of sleep and how important it does play a fact in weight loss. Sometimes you just need to go to bed. And also I find it helpful too, because, you know, it's in the evening, I get kind of hungry and stuff, but then I got to remember to let myself just go to bed, and then I'm better for it. So just make sure you're getting at least those 8 hours of sleep. I take melatonin at night just to help me fall asleep, and that's what helps me. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but I'm just saying that's what helps me. But definitely sleep is very important, so make sure you're doing that as well, on top of water and all those other things.
Absolutely. That is a great point. This is when your body can actually repair itself. You are like a computer, and just like your computer needs to be reset, so do you, except you need it every night, not once in a while. Anything else? I love seeing your cute faces. I think we all, was this helpful? Do you like going back and forth together? I mean, I feel like if we are talking to each other, this is fun, and you get to know each other, right? And hear some of our personalities and stuff. And then later you might be like, oh yeah, Dana's live. I'm supposed to go watch that. Okay. Oh, etc., etc. Dana, we're going to get you 1 million views. That's my goal on your live. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else to add to this call, I do want to remind you how strong and powerful and amazing you are. And if at some point you feel like you're just going to lose it a little, like your Labrador was triggered, use your tools, use this group, use Stop, Challenge, and Choose. Go to an old podcast and listen to something. Do not resort to food, alcohol, drugs, or bad people. Please, you're much better than that, okay? And you love yourself enough not to do that. I know that. And if anybody you know needs to be on these recordings, needs to see this one, please get the recording. Please invite them to this call. Anybody can come here. And for those of you that are ready to actually like take yourself to the next level, coaching is your next step. Please reach out to your coach about that. Remember, that just means you're a committed client. Okay. I love you so much. Go win your weekend. Yay. Talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.